Yo, what is good, Knicks Nation? Welcome back to another Knicks Media live stream. This is Richie, and I'm going to give you guys my recap and reaction to the Knicks' victory over the Chicago Bulls. If you guys are new to the channel, you guys are not subscribed already, please make sure you hit that subscribe button. Also, if you guys are enjoying this video, make sure you thumbs it up. With that being said, let's jump right into my reaction. I'm doing this recap live for the first time, so if you guys are watching it live, welcome in. If you're watching it afterwards, welcome in as well. So the New York Knicks come out with the victory over the Chicago Bulls. We lost to them on Monday night. I was live throughout the entire game on Monday night. Tonight, I was not able to go live during the game, so I said, you know what? No matter if they win or lose, I'm going to go live after the game and do my little post-game recap. So this was a must-win for the New York Knicks. There's no way we can lose to the Chicago Bulls in back-to-back games if we really want to be a competitor in the Eastern Conference in order to make the playoffs or at least to play in tournament. So this game is summarized into my opinion. Julius Randle is an absolute stud. He closed it out. He is our guy. He is the guy that you want to give the keys to the kingdom in the fourth quarter. Hey, Julius, do ISO, do your thing, and just get us his victory, because he showed tonight that he is just lights out. He's on another level. He is an all-star. I don't think he's going to you never know. I know that is not 100% chance he's making the All-Star game, because there's a lot of people out there in the Eastern Conference that can easily make it over him, but that does not mean that he's not playing like an All-Star. Julius Randle finished with 27 points, 6 assists, 6 rebounds, 11 for 20 from the field, 2 steals, 5 for 7 from the three-point land. That is ridiculous. So Julius Randle, heck of a game, and he closed out this game for us in the fourth quarter. So this was a game for Elfrid Payton. Elfrid Payton definitely had one of his best games in the first time in I don't even know how long. It felt like the last good Elfrid Payton game was 10 games ago. Who knows? But Elfrid Payton did his thing. He had 20 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, 9 of 19 from the field, 0 for 2 from three-point land. The only thing I'll say about Elfrid Payton is I'm not a fan of him playing in the fourth quarter. I wish that IQ remained in the fourth to close out the game, because IQ is known to be a fourth quarter closer. He had 2 really needed timely three-point jump shots, Emmanuel, quickly in the fourth quarter, and then he took them out. I understand why Thibodeau wanted to give Elfrid Payton the minutes, because he's playing good basketball. He played really good, but then there's some times in the fourth quarter where Payton puts up a floater or puts up a shot where you're like, yo, Payton, not a good shot right now. I do not want to see Elfrid Payton shooting 3-pointers in the fourth quarter. But that is not, we can't take away from his good game. He was attacking the rim. He was getting to the rim with ease, to be honest, slashing. And that's what I always said. I said it on Twitter. When Elfrid Payton is playing his best basketball, it's not when he's shooting. He's not settling for jumpers. He's not pulling off from mid-range or three-point land. He's driving and attacking the rim and doing what he does best. That's what Elfrid Payton's game is. And I feel like Elfrid Payton tries to do a little too much at times. I feel like if he just sticks to his roots and he drives to the rim, like I'm saying, then he's going to have some good games. So good for Elfrid Payton to finally have a good game. RJ Barrett, he had a very good first half. He finished with 14 points, shooting 7 for 11 from the field. Second half, didn't do that well, but his first half definitely helped out for the Knicks. And Obi Toppin, in his limited minutes, he does not get a lot of minutes, obviously, but he definitely showed me something. He had a three-pointer and a nice pull-up J. And then I feel like the one thing about Obi Toppin is he kind of doesn't really have the confidence in his post-up game just yet, but that will come. I'm not worried about Obi. I feel like the more minutes he gets, the more times he gets his feet wet or understanding the speed of the game, he will get comfortable. But overall, I'm very excited with this win, because this was a must-needed one. We let the Bulls get back way too easily. I feel like in the fourth quarter, I was getting worried, guys. I don't know about you in the chat or watching this video. I was getting worried that the Knicks were about to fall apart. The bench was in. The Bulls went on like a 20-5 run in the fourth quarter, and I'm like, oh no, please, would be a nightmare. I will throw up everywhere if the Knicks do not come out with the victory in this game, because that would be a nightmare. But luckily, the Knicks settled down. And what did they do? I started off with the video. They gave the ball to their closer in Julius Randle. He's putting the team on his back. The amount of times that he goes in ISO and he puts up a crazy fadeaway mid-range jump shot and it goes in is actually ridiculous. It's to the point where it looks like bad shots, but that's what makes Julius so good. Kind of reminds me of Melo. Remember when Carmelo Anthony was on the Knicks and he had that isolation baseline contested mid-range fadeaways, and you're like, I don't know if that's the best shot, but that was Melo's game. So you kind of accepted it. You're like, that's Melo's shot. He's going to shoot that and he's going to hit it 8 times out of 10. That's becoming Julius Randle. Julius Randle is starting to get so comfortable with the step back, fadeaway, mid-range jump shots, especially in the clutch. And if you need a bucket, I'm comfortable giving it to Julius in the clutch. I understand last game on Monday night, Julius was kind of the culprit why we lost. He turned the ball over in crucial time. He missed some clutch mid-range jumpers, but he showed up tonight, and that's okay. You know, you want our best player on the floor to show up when it means most in crunch time, the fourth quarter. So I'm very thankful that Julius Randle proved to be the guy on this team where, you know, there's a lot of speculations now. There's rumors out there. There's articles being written. Do the Knicks sell on, you know, do they trade away Julius Randle when his value is so high? Or do they want to build around him and surround Julius with stars and let him be the star of the Knicks for the future? It's a big question, and we're not the ones making the decision. That's going to be up to Leon Rose and Scott Perry. But only thing we can do now is worry about who's on the roster. I'm not really worrying about any speculating trades or anything. So I'm happy that Julius Randle had such a good game. So let's talk about the overall camaraderie of this Knicks team. I love that they never felt a little rattled. When they started to give up their lead in the fourth quarter, I was getting worried. I know you guys in the chat and you guys watching this video was getting worried in the fourth quarter. Like I think every single Knicks fan was. But I felt like the players on the Knicks team felt so composed and confident that they're coming out with a W, whether that's going to get a crucial stop on the defensive end or that's Julius Randle or somebody getting a really clutch bucket on the offensive end. Yes, it turned into a nail biter. We didn't want it to get that close in the end. But Tom Thibodeau, the way he really, I don't know what he says to these guys at timeouts. I love how when Tom Thibodeau, we're up by 19 points, 15 points, and they give up a wide open 3. Tom Thibodeau, timeout. He's frustrated. He's so upset with this Knicks team, and he's barking at him. That means that he's not content. He understands that a team like the Chicago Bulls can easily come back at any time. And I love that from Tom Thibodeau. He's holding his players accountable. He doesn't matter who you are. If you put up a bad shot, he's going to yell at you. If you lack no effort on the defensive end and you leave a wide open jump shot or you let someone cut back door for a wide open layup, he's going to yell his head off at you, and he wants to hold all of his players accountable. And I love the identity and the culture that Tom Thibodeau is trying to create here for the New York Knicks. We've never had a coach where players are intimidated by, where players feel like, wow, it's my duty to do my job because I do not want to let my coach down. I love Tom Thibodeau. I love my coach so much where I feel like it's my duty to do what he's preaching me, because if I don't, then he's going to be upset, and I don't want to make my coach upset. That's the kind of culture I feel like they're brewing up for the New York Knicks. Obviously, the assistant coaching staff deserves a lot of credit. Kenny Payne, Johnny Bryant, Mike Woodson, all those guys, because those are the more player coaches. Those are the more guys that are very lenient and optimistic and helping them off the floor, on the floor, whatever it may be, but they're a huge reason for this. So obviously we lost to the Chicago Bulls on Monday night. So the Knicks were determined to come here and get a W because we versed them back-to-back times in Chicago. You cannot get swept by the Chicago Bulls. I said going into this mini series, the Knicks need to win one of these games. They need to win, you know, obviously we'd rather them win back-to-back games, but that's a little unrealistic. And I felt like I'd rather them win tonight than on Monday because now we have momentum going into Saturday. We're going up against a very good Western Conference opponent in the Portland Trailblazers, who we versed earlier in the year. But now we're coming back home to the Garden, and we're going up against them again. We're going up against Carmelo Anthony. Hopefully we can be competitive. We were neck and neck with the Los Angeles Clippers, who was a championship contending team. So you never know. Could we pull off an upset? We don't know. We never know which Knicks team is going to come out there every night. But I do realize that the Knicks do struggle on back-to-back games. Monday was a back-to-back. You know, Sunday we played the Los Angeles Clippers at 1 p.m., and then we went to Chicago the day after. I feel like this Knicks team, they're really known to outwork their opponents. Their energy is what wins them games. They just suffocate them on defense. They're running up and down the floor, and their energy is unmatched. And I feel like when there's back-to-backs, their players don't really have the energy, and the defense lacks. I'm telling you guys, the identity of this Knicks team is defense first. It's a defensive-minded team, and Tom Thibodeau is obviously the reason for that. We're playing really good defense. The Chicago Bulls did not shoot the ball well from beyond the arc at all. Lauri Markkanen luckily did not have a crazy game again. Zach LaVine was 0 for 7 from 3, even though he started bullying us in the paint in the fourth quarter. But overall, I'm very happy that the New York Knicks came out with a victory in this game because I felt like going in, this is a must win. If we need to win this game, if we want to be a competitive team in the Eastern Conference, because of the Chicago Bulls, those are the Bulls is the exact type of team that we will be competing with for an 8th seed, a 7th seed, a 9th or 10th seed to play in the play-in tournament. You guys know what I'm talking about. So this was definitely a must-needed win, especially that we lost to them on Monday night. That does it for my recap. I want to do this live real quick. Shout out to everybody in the chat. I appreciate you guys tuning in. If you guys did not already, please make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you guys are not already. Hope you guys are having a fantastic night. Stay tuned for more Knicks content. I'll probably be going live during some games throughout the week, so stay tuned for that. Appreciate all the love on Knicks Media. Let's go, Knicks. I'm so happy we got this victory. And shout out to Julius Randle for being a baller, to RJ Barrett, Emmanuel Quickly for doing his thing, and shout out to Elfrid Payton for having a good game. I know Knicks fans, including myself, were always harsh on him, so we got to give him credit when he plays good. That does it for this stream/video. Hope you guys are having a fantastic night. I'll catch you guys in my next one. Let's go, Knicks!